everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a product review of another OBD2 scanner. This one from Mukar, the 892BT. It has AI. Hopefully it goes a little better than the last scanner review I did. Let's go have a look. The Mukar 892BT comes with an 8-inch high-resolution touchscreen and a built-in lithium battery pack, conveniently packaged in this stylish semi-rigid carrying case. Under the protective insert is the unit itself, with magnetically attached Bluetooth OBD interface module. Inside the case we find various cables for connecting to the vehicle and to other accessories, a universal power adapter, and a color multi-language manual. The tablet has this nice prop handle stand that conveniently folds down into the unit. And like I mentioned, this magnetic storage slot for the interface module. Starting up the 892BT for the first time, we're greeted with the welcome and setup screen. The floating icon in the corner gives us instant online help pertaining to the device or diagnostics. I should mention this unit comes with a free lifetime of updates, which means no subscription fees, like other units. Before we delve deeper into the scanner, we need to connect to our own Wi-Fi network. After getting connected to the internet, the next thing we want to do is check for updates. And naturally, with a brand new out-of-the-box device, updates are available for download. Listed are 3 categories for the updates: the vehicle software, maintenance software, and application software. I don't need to update all the vehicle databases today, but I'll focus instead just on the Ford models. For the maintenance software, we'll take all the updates listed. Taking a look into the other functions categories, we can see module expansion options, a Chrome browser, accessibility, and remote assistance, among other features. The gadget screen gives us network resources like email, browser, and file management. On Mukar's own YouTube channel, you can easily access resource videos to help you as well. The remote assistance option will allow you some professional help if you really get stuck. The built-in user's manual is a great feature as well to have for new users to OBD scanning devices. Going back and taking a look at all the included items, we find this hardwired OBD connector with spliced internet connection, the wired BT OBD module, a USB to USB-C cable, a length of network cable, and a USB to RJ45 network adapter. The included quick start guide comes in all the common languages to help you get started. Now that we're familiar with the unit, let's head outside to the legendary Ford Fiesta, or Siesta. Alright, first thing you want to do obviously is take the dongle, plug it into the car. So another cool feature of this is this little handle on the back. And we can just hang it off the steering wheel, like so. Except it doesn't really lend itself to photography very well here. Glare. So I'm out in the driveway. I'm not sure if I get the Wi-Fi here or not. I'm gonna hotspot it to my phone. Settings. Wi-Fi. Password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, connected. All right. So back out. Front. Let's do an auto search. Connecting the Bluetooth. So obviously recognize the vehicle right away. That's my TPMS. I got my winter tires on. Let me turn this off here. The winter tires don't have the TPM sensors, so I haven't used this device, so we're gonna see how intuitive it is. So let's do an automatic search. Ignition on. Check. It's gonna go in and check the. Gonna verify the vehicle type and engine. It's gonna go through the modules now. Okay, so list all the modules. This thing's a 2015. I imagine my 2024 Bronco has way more modules than this. So let's just do system scan, I guess. It's gonna go through all the modules, look for any persistent codes. So 12 system found, no DTCs. Well, that's good. If I had any, I could clear them right there, but obviously if one shows up, you can dig down into it and find out what's going on. One thing I did notice, the other scanner did pick up a DTC, and it was related to this touchscreen here that I upgraded. I put in a Sync 3 touchscreen, and it's a GPS unit, but it doesn't have the GPS antenna attached, and that threw a code, but apparently this system doesn't notice that, or it doesn't seem to care. Either way, it's not like a critical fault of the vehicle or anything. But so common special functions. Here's some of the maintenance stuff that you can do. Oil maintenance, reset, obviously. Replace the battery. ABS bleeding, that's a cool one. With the modern ABS equipped cars, where in the old days you used to have your buddy pump the brakes and you had to coordinate releasing the pressure and opening up the bleed needle and closing it and pumping it and repeating. But this one, I'm not going to go through the function because I'm not actually going to do it, but this will actually cycle the ABS pumps for each corner of the vehicle. So you start at the back passenger side, open up the bleed screw and activate the pump, and it'll push the air and new fluid out through the system and stop. And just go around the vehicle and do that to every corner of the vehicle. Electronic throttle we learned. Okay, let's go back here, see what else. Mobilizer reset. Tire reset. Current position sensor down there, learn. More special functions. BMS if you replace the battery. You want to do this so it knows that you have a fresh battery. And smart liquid, keyless entry. So here you probably relearn, like if you wanted to create a second key fob, that's how you go about doing it. So module coding, programmable module installation. So if you had to replace one of the modules in the vehicle, it's got to be taught the VIN of the vehicle, because it's come from the factory. If you got a secondhand one from the wrecker, it's obviously not going to sync up because of the VIN numbers don't match. But this is how you'd go about doing that with the modules. I'm going to cancel that because I'm not doing that. But so online services here. So connected to the internet. If you pull up a DTC code, this would connect to the internet and look up the code and then give you AI plain English readout of the issue or the diagnostic procedures to take care of the issue. So let's go into the maintenance here. Here's the ABS bleeding again. Adaptive front lighting. That's if you have, like up in the mirrors, a lot of the modern cars now have collision detection. If you replace the windscreen, you'd have to calibrate your module up there. This is diesel related. Here's suspension, airbag. If you had to replace an airbag that popped off, replacing the battery again. Replace the brake pads. I don't know if the Ford Fiesta has any pad monitoring other than the squealing. This is probably has to do with like the dual clutch automatic Fiesta and Focuses if you had to replace the clutch. This is another diesel related thing. ECU, exhaust gas recirculating, electronic throttle adaptation. Let's have a look at this. So what else we got? Gear learning, gearbox learning. Yeah, if you have like an automatic transmission, adaptive learning, this will reset at the factory standards. This one obviously a stick shift, so we're not going to go through with this. I've used it before on the Bronco. After some time, I had really rough shifting, like from second to third gear, and I did the relearn on the adaptive transmission tables, and it reset at the factory standards, and it started to relearn the process again. The shifting ended up being much more smooth. Another key fob programming, injectors, TPMS reset, transport mode, deactivate. This will kind of put the vehicle into a sleep mode or storage mode. Turbo, I wish. Tire size adjustment. That's probably something that comes in handy in the Bronco. I know when I first initially bought the Bronco, I noticed the speedometer was off by 2 kilometers an hour. So I was able to go in and adjust the circumference of the tire to get the proper speedo readout. Took a little bit of playing around because the actual circumference measurement of the tire didn't actually correlate to the proper speed, but that's something a lot of people do too when they upgrade to, like, say a 33 to a 35-inch tire or to a 37 to get your speedometer to read properly again. What else do we have in here? Oil life reset, obviously. This is another one with the windshield replacement. The sensors up in the windshield. A lot of seats nowadays have ABS or not ABS, sorry, airbags in them. That'd be something that could disable in the Bronco. A lot of people complain about that. Window calibration. So let's look at upgrades. Vehicle diagnostic software. This is the upgrades for the unit itself. I already went over the updates when I first fired it up, obviously, and got everything online. So let's see if they generate a report here. Here's my vehicle. No data. I guess that's good. File report. Yep. I'm a little concerned about my battery. It's probably the original battery in this thing, and it's not so good. So I'm gonna start the car up. So the ACM, the auto control unit, as I mentioned, the GPS antenna is missing, so I don't see if there's any fault codes there. Just man, continuous memory. I have no idea what that was. No DTCs. Read data stream. Okay, so this is live data that you can log. I got the motor running right now. I'm in the ACA, the audio control module, but let's go into engine control module, power control module, PCM. Read data stream. And we can pick a few sensor data to graph. We can see some live data here. Accelerated pedal position, let's try that. And what else should we try here? The track throttle control. Try those. So pedal position, I'm not on the gas right now, but here's the actual throttle plate position. So that's like, we show like a graph. So if I hit the actual pedal, you can see the throttle plate movement there. Actually, the pedal position isn't showing up. It's not showing there, so could be the wrong. Try that one. There we go. Now, graph. So there's the pedal position, the actual throttle plate position. You can record, report the data, save it for later use. Yes, as far as the power control module, there's tons and tons of sensors there with regards to the engine. Another thing I wanted to look at, an actuation test. Let's go into the body control module. I noticed my rear passenger window sometimes when I go to use the switch, it doesn't respond right away, so I'm thinking either something wrong with the switch itself or the regulator in the door. So I don't know how to find out. Let's see if we got the... It's probably in the door control module. Well, now that we're in the body control module, let's check out the actuation test. We're going to do the all door lock. So we'll see if that fires the door locks. Click on. You can see it locked there. Off. Won't go off. I guess it won't unlock and just lock. Turn signal lamp status. Check out. So that says it's on. Let's go have a look. If you were concerned whether you had a bulb out, that would be a good way to check. But like all these items in the body control module. Front wiper relay. I think I've showed this in the other OBD test that I had. Works fine. Again, you'd use something like this to see if you have a problem with the actual switch, or if the wiper motor is messed up, or let's see if there's a driver front door module. Let's see if the actual window switches are in there. I could test the rear passenger window with. Nope. Let's go into the HVAC. I got it switched off right now. Actuation test. If you have a problem, so where was it here? Liquid crystal display on. It's going to test all the segments in the LCD, make sure they're functioning. This is the, if I pulled up a, turn this off here. So if I pulled up any trouble codes, I could use the Mukar AI to get some help on what kind of issues. If I had a trouble code, say right here, and it'll go through AI prompt and find some answers for any issues you might have with the vehicle. That's something I've never seen in an OBD2 scanner before. This is a social media community for car enthusiasts. If you have issues you want to talk about, it's a good place to look up here as well. History, of course. Here's the scans that we did. They didn't pull anything up, so I don't expect to see anything here. Select delete. Yeah. That's the Mukar AI OBD2 scanner device. Pretty interesting. So I really like the 892BT. The nice big screen, the molded rubber surround around the tablet, the intuitive menu, and the BT connectivity. I found it relatively easy to learn. Everything seems straightforward for an automotive diagnostic tool. Since my Fiesta didn't really come up with any error codes, I wasn't able to test out the AI functionality of the device. And on that note, where I was expecting to see the GPS antenna error show up on the Sync 3 head unit that my other scanner picked up, this unit seemed to miss it altogether. I'm not 100% sure why this is the case, but it has me wondering maybe this scanner might be missing something that the other one would pick up. Like I mentioned, this unit is a one and done purchase. No fees, no subscriptions, no paying to keep using the device. Can you imagine being at the end of the Trans-Taiga route, and you got the other guy's scanner packed in your toolbox, and you get a vehicle issue, only then to realize that your subscription wasn't up to date? With the Mukar 892, you have full functionality today. You have full functionality 10 years from now. No costly subscriptions. As of the airing of this video, the 892 BT is currently on sale on the website. Check the link below in the description. And if you act now for Cyber Monday, it's an additional $45 off for you and a free screen protector. Again, thanks for watching everyone, and we'll see you again here on The Lonely Overlander. Take care.